Hello and welcome to this session of In-Depth Economics. Today's topic is very interesting as well as important. National income and its related aggregates. So today we will be learning about the meaning of national income and various concepts of national income. I have already explained some key terms related to this topic in my previous tutorial. I'll be providing a link of that tutorial in the description for those who haven't watched it yet. We will be approaching the topic of national income in a slightly different manner. Instead of taking up the concepts at the very beginning, we will look at the relationship among the aggregates, and once you're clear with the relationship, you will see that it is much easier for you to remember the equation involved in this particular topic. So, are we all ready? Yes, so let's get started. What is national income? National income is the total market value of all final goods and services produced in the economy during a financial year. In other words, national income of any country is the total amount of income that is acquired by it through various economic activities in one year. National income is valued in terms of money. There are different aggregates of national income. Each of the aggregate has a specific meaning, use, and method of measurement. But before we go into that, let's look at the relationship among these aggregates. Let us consider this box as a domestic economy. For example, Indian economy. There are four national income aggregates: GDP at market price, GDP at factor cost, NDP at market price, and NDP at factor cost, which are domestic aggregates. These aggregates include income generated by residents only. Now consider this situation. There are residents of India working and earning income from foreign countries. Again, there are foreigners working and earning in India. How do you incorporate their income in national income calculation? In order to do that, net income from abroad is calculated. How? Net income from abroad is calculated using this formula, which is income earned from abroad minus income paid to foreign entities. When we are adding net factor income from abroad to GDP, we are arriving from domestic product to national product. There are four national income aggregates, which are GNP at market price, GNP at factor cost, NNP at market price, and NNP at factor cost. So we have 8 aggregates. 4 of them are domestic product and 4 of them are national product aggregates. Now let us look at the relationship among the 4 domestic aggregates, which are GDP at market price, GDP at factor cost, NDP at factor cost, NDP at market price. First, we need to arrive from market price to factor cost, from GDP at market price to GDP at factor cost. So what adjustment we need to do for that? We need to subtract net indirect taxes. Now what is this net indirect tax? All of you are aware of the fact that whenever we are purchasing any product, we are paying some taxes. These indirect taxes are received by the government. Factors of production do not receive these taxes. So, in order to arrive at net indirect tax, from the indirect taxes that are paid by the customers and received by the government, we subtract subsidies. Subsidies are some financial assistance provided by the government to the producers and businesses in order to keep the prices of product low or competitive. So these are received by the factors of production. Next, we need to arrive from gross domestic product at factor cost to net domestic product at factor cost, from gross to net. So what adjustment we need to do? We need to subtract depreciation. Depreciation is nothing but the loss in the value of capital goods which are used in the production process. We are using different type of home appliances and gadgets, and when we are constantly using them, we see that there is a fall in their performance. So similar to that, all capital goods used in the production process wear and tear because of continuous use. So sometimes the producers need to spend some money for maintaining their machinery or to replace their machinery. So the loss in the value of capital goods is called depreciation. Next, in order to arrive at NDP at market price from NDP at factor cost, what adjustment we need to make? Just remember, we are moving from factor cost to market price. Market price includes the net indirect taxes. So it is very simple. We need to add net indirect taxes. Then we want to arrive at gross from net, from NDP at market price to GDP at market price. What adjustment we need to make? GDP means the gross amount and GDP includes depreciation. So we simply need to add depreciation. Now let us look at the relationship among the four national product aggregates. It is just same as the relationship among domestic product aggregates. So in order to arrive at GNP at factor cost from GNP at market price, we need to subtract indirect taxes, net indirect taxes. Again, to arrive from gross to net, we know that we need to subtract depreciation. To arrive at market price to factor cost, we add net indirect taxes, and to go from net to gross, we add depreciation. Now let us study each of this aggregate in detail. The first national income aggregate is the gross domestic product at market price. GDP at market price refers to the gross market value of all final goods and services produced during a year within the domestic territory of a country. Points to remember. Goods are valued at their market prices. All goods are measured in the same unit. For example, rupee in India. Value of only final goods are included. Things without exact market value are excluded from the calculation of GDP. GDP at market price can be calculated by adding the total consumption of goods and services within the economy, total government spending on goods and services, the total domestic investment, plus the net export, which is nothing but the value of exports minus imports. Factor cost includes all the cost of the factors of production to produce a given product in an economy. Factor cost does not include the taxes that are paid to the government. So, to arrive at gross domestic product at factor cost, we need to subtract net indirect taxes from gross domestic product at market price. When we are purchasing any good or service, we are paying indirect taxes which are received by the government. Subsidies are payment made by the government to the producer, so they are a part of factor income. So, in order to arrive at net indirect taxes, we need to subtract subsidies from indirect taxes. The word net refers to the exclusion of that part of total output which represents depreciation. Depreciation is nothing but consumption of fixed capital or fall in the value of fixed capital due to wear and tear during the production process. So, to arrive at net domestic product at market price, we subtract depreciation from gross domestic product at market price. To arrive at net domestic product at factor cost, we need to subtract net indirect taxes from net domestic product at market prices, just like we did for gross domestic product. Now let us look at concept related to national production. The first is gross national product at market price. GNP at market price is defined as the market value of all final goods and services produced in the domestic territory of a country by normal residents during an accounting year, including net income from abroad. So, GDP at market price plus net income from abroad will give us GNP at market price. Net income from abroad is equal to income earned from abroad minus income paid to foreign entities. Gross national product at factor cost. So again we need to arrive at factor cost from market price. So GNP at factor cost will be equal to GNP at market price minus net indirect taxes. Net national product at market price is the net value of final goods and services. If we deduct depreciation from GNP at market price, we get NNP at market price. So NNP at market price will be equal to GNP at market price minus depreciation. Net national product at factor cost is the net output evaluated at factor prices. It is also called national income. So net national product at factor cost will be equal to net national product at market price minus net indirect taxes. We have come to the end of today's session. I hope all of you will find the tutorial useful. Please subscribe to my channel so you do not miss the weekly updates. Until we meet again, take care and happy learning.